Hi everybody. Good, well, morning, afternoon, or evening. I guess it just depends on when you're watching this video on what it is for you. Okay, so welcome to tonight's yoga class, and our theme tonight is connection. We want to focus on grounding, on being able to connect with the planet that we live on so that we can bring nourishment into our body. If you've never heard me say this before, I will say it now, that everything that we need in order to fuel and bring our energy level up is located outside your front door. Everything you need, the sun, the water, the plants, and the earth are all just there to help nourish you. So taking full advantage of that, we're going to utilize our mind and our intentions tonight to connect that way so that we can hopefully walk away from this practice feeling renewed and inspired and motivated. For those of you that have been in a whirlwind of emotion, then I hope that you'll walk away feeling calm and centered. So, okay, it is, it's not that late, but our sun is still going down kind of early. So I have the light like directed on me. I hope you guys can see me okay. You'll just have to let me know if you have trouble by messaging me or emailing me, and let me know how the videos look. So from my perspective here, I can see the blankets, so hopefully you can see me. So when we're talking about a theme of connectedness, I decided to work on poses that bring our belly to the ground. It was like, let's get on the belly where we can really feel the connection between ourselves and what we're touching. Because sometimes when you're lying back, you don't always think about the connection in the same aspect as you do when your belly is on the ground. So I really wanted to bring that into the forefront. Props that you might need tonight, I would suggest at least one block. And if you don't have some type of pillow or bolster, maybe a blanket would also be helpful. Just depends on whether you use something like that for your pigeon pose. Let's talk about added things real quick. I've got my chakra stones, my crystals here, and I'm just grabbing the ones that are with the lower chakras that have to do with our connection to the planet. So like the first and the second chakra are stones that are for grounding. So that could be something like tourmaline, hematite, shungite, very, very grounding, earthy crystals and stones. The other thing that I brought up here with me tonight, because we're talking about grounding and connection, were two of my Young Living essential oils that are very earthy. So I'm going to pull in and let you see them. I don't think you can see them. It's so dark. I'm so sorry. I only have so many lights in this house. Not very many. Okay, so what I'll tell you what they are. The first one is balsam fir. And the other one is Northern Lights black spruce. So I'll tell you what they do. So the black spruce properties: anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, anti-spasmodic, cortisone-like, disinfectant, and tonic. So it can help with medicinal uses of arthritis, candida, hyperthyroidism, immune depression, prostate, rheumatism, and things with the solar plexus, which is about movement. So, yeah, interesting. Emotional balance, nervous and respiratory I was about to say systems. Yeah, systems. Okay, so that's so woodsy. It's like breathing in. It's like breathing in a Christmas tree. No joke. Okay, and then the other one, I'm going through my Young Living Essential Oils Bible here. The balsam fir is antiseptic and astringent, diuretic, expectorant, anti-inflammatory, tonic. It helps with muscle fatigue, asthma, burns, chronic coughs, cystitis, depression, hemorrhoids, sore throat, tension. That's a lot of stuff. So, oh, that one's really different than the other one. Okay, balsam fir. It smells like a tree, but it's not as woodsy. I actually like the black spruce better. But anyway, if you guys are so inclined, now you know why those two oils might actually be kind of fun and helpful to have around the house. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ready for class. So if you don't mind starting, how do we want to do this? Okay, I kind of wrote this that we're actually going to start on your back, and then I'll be flipping you guys over. So you guys go ahead and lie back. Make sure you have your props nearby so that they'll be easy to grab, so that way you can just flip right over after we disconnect. It's funny, I was about to say. So I'm going to have you disconnect and then connect. All right. Closing your eyes for a moment, bring your awareness into the here and the now, being aware of the four walls that are around you. We ask our higher self, our angels, our guides, to please come into this space and protect it with us, protecting our timelines, past, present, and future, and to bring about the healing that is available to us during this beautiful session. We give ourselves permission to let go of thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are not needed for this session. We put them outside the door where they will be able to be retrieved later when this is over, if you so choose. But for now, we come into the here, into the present, into the now. Breathing in and breathing out. We set an intention of being able to connect to Mother Earth, to be able to allow this receiving of her nourishment into the physical body while we stretch. Any other added intentions? You can go ahead and mentally think of those now. We will start with an eye patch now. So we're going to take the hands, pop them together, and give them a rub. Place them up over your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Pop them together. Give them a rub. Placing them up over your eyes. Deep breath in. Big exhale through the mouth. Good. One more time. Pop them. Placing them up over your eyes. Inhale. Big exhale. Good. All right. We're going to start by bringing the right knee in towards your chest. All right, right knee comes in. Lying back, getting comfortable. This is a lot of compression in the right hip. So pull the knee out to the side. If it's too much, having it straight on with the line of the center line of your body, pull it out to the right side a little bit. Give it some space. This is a good time to do some pointing and flexing of the right foot, maybe a couple rotations in each direction. And then we just want to either hold the knee or maybe behind the knee. If you've got knee issues, come behind the knee and just pull it. And then I want you to feel your back grounding into the mat. We're saying hello to Mother Earth as we feel the mat beneath us. And we bring our awareness into the ground beneath the mat. And then in the ground, we go down to the rocks, to the minerals, to the crystals. And we just say hello, and we ask it to receive our energy and anchor us in today. Anchoring that energy in so that we can be nourished by Mother Earth. Release the right leg, give it a little shake. And we move to the left side. We pull that leg in, give it a hug. Again, if the center line is too much compression, pull it out to the side of the hip. Point and flex the foot a few times. A few rotations left and right. And then grab behind the thigh, pull it in a little bit more. And again, pull your awareness into the back, into the spine, and feel the whole spine flatten and merge with the ground. Feel as though Mother Earth is holding you, cradling you, receiving your energy today. Good, one more breath. Slowly release the legs, shake it out. All right, go ahead and roll over onto your belly. I think I'm gonna turn this way just so I can make sure that you guys, I'm looking in the same direction if I'm on my tummy. Okay. Yeah, I think you can see me now. Okay, so hold this up here. Okay, we're gonna start with half frog. So with half frog, you're gonna take your, let's start with the left. You're gonna bring your left knee up. We wanna bring it up in line with the left hip. And then you wanna slide your left foot out until the ankle is directly underneath the knee. All right, so we're making like a number 4 here. Little right angle. And then you can lay straight down onto your belly. Your head obviously is going to turn in one direction. Whatever direction is most comfortable to you, that part doesn't really matter. And then as we lie here, we'll be here for a couple minutes. So again, if you have a crystal or stone that you have in your hand, or if you put your, one of your oils, if you happen to be using an oil and you've got that nearby, this is a good time to smell that. And then we're going to bring the awareness now to the front of the spine. I want you to feel the belly and its connection to the floor. And we connected and grounded to Mother Earth when we were on our back. Now I want you to feel the front side of your body touching her. And I want you to imagine that you are a plant that has emerged from the earth of Gaia. And your root system goes down deep within her womb, within the core, the belly of the earth. and you're pulling up nutrients. So as you inhale, you're pulling up the nutrients that she has to offer. Good vibrations, sound frequencies that come from the earth. Think about maybe the sounds that you love when you go outside, whether it be the birds or the squirrels or the crickets. Maybe it's the sound of water. I want you to focus on that while we breathe. And I'm going to be quiet so you guys can just focus on that yourself. We'll be here for one more minute. Slowly begin to slide the left leg back and give it a shake. Rock your hips from side to side. And then we're going to go on the right side. So we'll bring the right knee up in line with the right hip. Slide the right heel so that it's directly underneath the right knee. And then again, lie straight down onto the earth. Feel the connection. Root yourself out of the sternum, out of the heart center. Maybe feel like every single chakra has its own cord coming out of it and tying straight down into the planet. And then again, tap into the vibration, into any sounds, any sensations. We've got 2 minutes. Good, 1 more minute. Breathing. Allowing your muscles to relax with every exhale breath. Slowly begin to extend the right leg back, rock your hips, shake it out. Okay, we're moving into half locust, and some of you may be like, I don't remember what that is. No problem, I'm gonna explain. Okay, so half locust is where we bend up. We're gonna start with the left leg. We're gonna bend up the heel, bringing it toward the glute. Now this may be as far as you need to go. Maybe that's it. Okay, if you have the ability to reach back and actually touch that foot, touch that leg, then you're going to grab a hold of it. Your pinky is at the bottom of the pinky toe. And what you should be feeling here is a very big stretch right here on the front of your left thigh. So this is a quad stretch. Now, the other added bonus to this is the fact that you're pulling and rolling that left shoulder back, and allowing for an open and expansive space through the front of the collarbone. So wherever you want to lie, maybe lie your head back down on your right arm. If it helps to bring the knee out to the edge of the mat, to take a little bit of the tension off the stretch of the front of the thigh, slide it out there. If it feels good to have the leg and the knee and the hip in line with each other, nice big stretch. We're going to hold here for about, we're going to go for like maybe about 45 more seconds. Remember deep breathing here. And remember, if you can't reach the foot, you can always use a strap. I don't really feel like the straps are all that easy to use in this position, but you could do that. Or again, just have the heel toward the glute because you're still getting the stretch across the front of the thigh. One more breath. Slowly release. Shake it out. Okay, let's go to the other side. Bend up the right knee. See if you can reach back and grab the foot. Slide the knee out to the edge of the mat if it helps release some of the pressure through the stretch of the quadricep. Otherwise, just allow your body to soften against the earth. Remember to roll the right shoulder back if you like the stretch across the front of the right collarbone. Just giving yourself a few moments here to soften and settle in the pose, and we've got another minute. Let's take 2 more breaths. Slowly let go of the foot. Baby tap at the toes. Rock the hips if you need to. Okay. Now we're going to go into Sphinx. So I'm going to have you bring your elbows up underneath your shoulders. And then the hands are, it's like the middle finger is in line with the elbows. And we're going to start by just sinking down into, it's like instead of pushing and pressing the elbows into the floor to lengthen through the spine, we're just going to sink into it. And again, check your alignment to make sure that the shoulders are directly over the elbows. Your head and your neck just depends on their level of comfort here. Maybe it feels best to just have the head down. Maybe it feels better to have it tilted back. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Separate your feet, maybe hip width distance here. Rock your hips a couple more times and definitely relax the glutes. We're working into the spine, the muscles in your low back. All right, now push the elbows into the floor, and this is going to lift you up quite a bit. Slide the elbows until they meet in the middle of your mat, and then take your thumbs and you're going to put them on the end of your chin. You're going to push your chin forward. This is going to compress the vertebrae in the back of your neck. If you're feeling any pain, then back it off. Otherwise, if it feels good, just going to the range of motion that your chin will go, and then stop and breathe. Remember, soft glutes here. Take the thumbs and place them on the front of the chin and push back. This is going to open up the space between the vertebrae on the back of the neck now. Neck turns. I usually keep my right thumb on the chin. I'm going to put my left thumb on the left jaw, and I'm going to turn to the right. And then just hold there. I'll come back to center and switch it out. Left thumb to the chin, right thumb to the jaw, turn to the left. Come back to center. Maybe push out one more time and push back. All right. And then from here, we're going to press the hands into the floor, push up onto the hands and the knees. Slide your knees until they're under the hips. We're going to do a couple cat-cow. So we'll inhale, the head is up, the tailbone is up. Exhale, round. Tucking the chin, pressing the hips forward. Inhale. And exhale. All right, pigeon is next. Now, for those of you that cannot handle the compression of the knee and the hip, then you will come onto your, I'll show you that one first. You would come onto your back. You would pick up the right foot, put it across the top of the knee, and relax back. So that's a reverse pigeon, okay? If you're doing a regular pigeon, then you slide the right knee behind the right wrist. You'll put the right foot in front of the left thigh, and then slide the left thigh back. So your right knee's behind your right wrist. Your left hand, left hip, left foot are all in the same straight line. And then you can start bringing your body down from here. If you have any pain in the right hip, then you can take a block and put it underneath the right glute back there and prop it up. I do suggest not to fall the hip down to the right because it's going to tweak the spine if you do that. We want to try to keep the spine straight, which means if your hips are straight, that they're not cocked to one side like that. If they're straight, by pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward, we straighten the spine, and then you can lay straight down. You can even bring a block underneath your forehead, and that will help relax your neck. We'll be here for a couple minutes. While you're here, remember that we are connecting to the ground beneath us. We're tapping into things that are nourishing from the earth. So in your mind, thinking about a landscape that's your most favorite. Just visualizing that landscape in your mind's eye. And then imagine yourself in that landscape. Connecting to it in your favorite way. And just give yourself a few moments to enjoy that connection, whatever that might be. You'll breathe it in and through you. I like to see myself as though I'm in a meadow of tulips. I love tulips. And I just imagine that I could go somewhere where I could just sit in the middle of them and just breathe in all their colors, all of the vibration of just so many flowers. So whatever it is that brings you joy, whatever type of landscape brings you joy, just connect in your own beautiful way. Just a few more moments on this side. Go ahead and place the hands back up underneath the shoulders. Tuck your left toes into the floor. Bring the left knee off the ground and send the right leg back for down dog. And then press your chest towards your feet. Maybe pedal the feet back and forth a few times here. Breathing, spreading the fingers wide, grounding through the palms of your hands. Take all that weight out of your wrist if you can. Looking forward, bring the left knee behind the left wrist. We'll slide the right leg back this time. Remember, if you are on your back, you now have your right foot up, the knee is bent, your left foot is coming across the top of your right thigh. That's reverse pigeon. For those of you that are forward like I am, left knee behind the left wrist, right hip, right hand, right foot, all in the same line. And then I'm going to think about my left hip going back, my right hip coming forward to level my hips so that my spine is straight and not crooked. I'm not going to lean into that hip like that. You guys pay attention to that. If you lean that left hip over, what is your back doing? What is your spine doing? It's turning. Lift that hip up. If you need to put a block under there like that to give you some support, go ahead and do that. Okay? And then you can come down. And we'll go back into the pose. I'd like you to go back into your beautiful landscape. Maybe this time you want to choose a new landscape. Maybe you want to go back to the same one if you were already there and you were having a beautiful moment. And we'll be here for 2 or 3 minutes. take 2 more breaths. Okay, the hands are going to come back up underneath the shoulders. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, press back into down dog. Again, pedal. You can even come up high on your toes, lift your hips, and then exhale, press back through your heels. Bounce a little bit. Our last pose is child's pose, so we'll come down onto the knees, and then slide the knees maybe even as wide as the mat. Sit the hips back, and if you have pain in the knees, then grab a pillow, put them behind the back of the knees to create space in the joint, and then you can come down. If you're fine with the full compression, then you're going to come all the way back and lay your whole body forward. If you need the floor higher, then bring the blocks in or bring a bolster in, lie it underneath your chest, and that just gives you something to relax into and straighten out the spine. Whatever works best for you today. This is another very beautiful opportunity to connect with Mother Earth. She is directly beneath your heart chakra here. We've got, with the knees open, we're opening up the first, second, third, and fourth chakras. If we think about the throat chakra also being opened up, the third eye, the crown, we're in a direct line with the earth here. Try to allow your body to just get nice and settled wherever you are. And then just relax and breathe. If you're feeling any sensations in your body, pay attention to where they're located. What chakra do they reside in? And then tap into that sensation, pull it forward, pull it out, and then with love, push it down into the ground. There are certain energies that Lady Gaia, Mother Earth, is able to receive and actually process those energies for you. So we'll be here for a couple minutes. One more minute. Utilizing this last pose to really breathe and connect. Processing any sensations in the body that you're feeling at this moment. All right, we're going to bring the hands back up underneath the shoulders, maybe pull the knees in, maybe sit up for a moment, roll the shoulders back, open, bring your hands behind your back, lift the heart. Okay, slide your feet out to the side, and we're going to come into Shavasana. I'll be walking you through a guided meditation, so you can lie back, or if today you want to put your legs up a wall, or anything you like, whatever you want to do for your own Shavasana. Once you get settled, then begin closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. Let yourself settle a little bit more deeply, connecting a little bit more with the earth. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale. As we get settled today, I'm going to walk you through a version of a request that I had this week from Lady Gaia herself. In her spirit form, she came to me asking for assistance by prayer. And it was in the form of a meditation, and so I'm going to walk you through a version of that. So in your mind's eye, I'd like you to imagine that you are sitting and resting in your happy place, whatever that landscape was that you were sitting in before, and imagine that a conscious spirit form appears in front of you, and it is a woman, and she has long dark hair, and as she looks at you, she has one blue eye and one green, and she reaches her hands out to you, and she takes your hands in hers, and you can feel her hands warm to the touch, that her energy that is about her is very soft, very simple, very delicate. And yet in the strength of her hands, you begin to notice that they are turning into the sensation of leaves, into the sensation of branches, and then into the sensation of vines. And she looks at you and says, "Breathe with me." And you take an inhale. You're breathing in oxygen. It feels nice and cool in through the nose. And then when you exhale, you feel that the vines are now growing through your arms and through your body. And you continue to breathe with her, breathing in fresh, clear oxygen. And every time you breathe out, the vines are growing deeper through your midsection of your body and down through your legs. Every exhale breath, you're bringing those vines deeper now out through your feet and into the ground beneath you. Imagine feeling those roots now growing all the way down through the dirt, past the rocks, past boulders, water, crystals, minerals, and such, all the way down into the womb of Mother Earth, the very core, right into the pure essence of her center. And it is here that she allows you to tether to her. And she continues to hold your hands, tightening the grip as though to say that you are held, bonded, and anchored by her blessing. She asks you to inhale with her again, and you feel the air come into your body, just like nourishment, just like fuel. And when you exhale, you begin to feel a water sensation move through the vines and down into the center of her core. You're feeling this water move through like a fast-paced river. It is flowing. It is vivacious. The energy and the intention behind it is for purification and cleansing. And you are breathing in and breathing out. And as you do, this water just continues to flow through both of you and down into her center as it's purifying not only you, but also her. She asks you now, pray with me, breathing in and breathing through. She asks you now to breathe in with her, feeling again this cool sensation of water. And this time through the exhale, feel the water begin to sense a warm temperature. That every time you breathe out, the temperature gets a little bit more warm, almost like being in a warm bath. Increasing the temperature to where it might be like being in a warm jacuzzi. Breathing it in and breathing it out. This warmth begins to bring color and sensation of the rainbow into the essence of the flow, and the flow begins to settle. It's not a raging river anymore. It's now just a lapping water on the sides of a bank. And now with each breath that you take, the exhale is going to pull a beautiful sense of color, frequency, maybe some sound into the vines that are going straight down into the core of this planet. Breathing in, she prays, and breathing through. Every time you connect with her with this kind of intention, she promises that you are held, that you are supported, and that with your intention, she offers nourishment for you and gratitude. The time that you take is well spent. It is not unseen, unheard, or unfelt. All of it is received, every single thought and every single breath. Breathing in and breathing through. As she holds your hands, you notice that they come back to the sensation of feeling more human-like. You open your eyes and you see her looking at you in such a loving gratitude. She thanks you for taking time today to pray and breathe with her. You are grateful for the energy, the motivation, and the purification that she's able to give you as well. She invites you to come back and breathe with her at any time. She is calling upon us to help her. And this is just another beautiful way to experience a moment with Mother Earth herself. You can start to bring your awareness back into your fingers and your toes. Rock your head a little bit from side to side as we wake the body up. When you're sure that you're wide awake, you can roll over to your side, take a fetal position. Eventually pushing yourself back up into a seated posture. And we're going to do 3 eye patches again. We're only going to have 1 pop, 1 rub, but then 3 breaths. All right, so pop them together, rub them. Place them up over your eyes. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Last time, inhale and exhale. Good. Release the hands, bring them up over your head, stretching up. Maybe a little side stretch. And then exhale, bring them back down onto your body. Good. Maybe roll your head couple directions. Roll the shoulders. Thank you for letting me be a part of your practice today. Thank you for connecting with Mother Earth in order to receive nourishment for your own self-care. I am always happy to have you guys share some time with me. Have a great day. Namaste. Thank you. So, those of you, if you liked the meditation, if you had not heard it before, then I encourage you to go on to my Clear Vibration YouTube channel. And it is listed as a prayer request from Lady Gaia. And it is a video that's on there. It's in my free section, and I basically walk you through that same kind of meditation, but I was like channeling it at the moment. If you want to hear the story, I'll just tell you really quick. So it was about 4 days ago now, 3 or 4 days ago, that I woke up in the middle of the night because we've had some earthquakes that have been a little bit stronger than normal, and I could feel the whole like under my bed was just like quivering, like the earth was quivering, and I've been feeling that quite a bit. And yet this was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm feeling that happen, and in my mind I was just like, oh my gosh, do you need help? And for the first time in spirit form, I felt Lady Gaia come forward, which I've talked to her before, but I've never had her just show up to me. So she showed up and she said, pray with me. And so I did, and we went into meditation, and that's what she channeled through me, was that kind of meditation. And then when we finished, she said, will you please write this down, turn it into a prayer request, and record it on your YouTube and ask people to pray with you. And then it was 2 days later that the eruption happened in Tonga. So I feel that she was coming to me and asking for the prayer in preparation for that eruption that happened underwater. And then let me explain. If you guys are not familiar with Matthias de Stefano, He is from Argentina, and he is traveling the planet right now, setting up, I think 40 different locations in order to bring alignment into the chakras of the earth so that we can continue to ascend into 5D. And he was the best one, in my opinion, that knows how to explain what the process of the earth in its ascension is doing. And he talked about what happened with the eruption. He said, think of it as if in your own body, if you have gas. Sorry to go there, but it's a great analogy. If you have gas in your body, the last thing you want to do is hold it in. It's like, because if you do, your gut starts to hurt. You start to get pain down, in your second chakra, and you're miserable. Well, he says Mother Earth is the same way. When she's got all this energy and all these gases and metals and magnetics and water and all this stuff is flowing through her all the time, it builds up, especially if there's toxins and chemicals that are playing their part with it too. And so the way that Mother Earth relieves those gases is through things like eruptions. And it just helps her. It's like she goes, does it create natural disasters? Yes. But we live on a planet. We are a part of this planet, and that is a part of what it's a part of the life cycle that we have. So coming into alignment with that is really important. I think for our own psyche too, and to release fear. Because every time something happens that we call a natural disaster, that's how the earth goes, okay, I feel a whole lot better. It's like if she has an earthquake, it's like she takes her neck and goes, and she's like, okay, that's good. How are you guys? Did anybody die? Sorry, but I needed to breathe, And I know that sounds kind of bad, but that's how Matthias described it one day. And I was like, oh my God, that's so true. Yeah. But anyway, if you're interested in following Matthias and seeing his progression around the planet, his website is yosoy.com. It's YOSOY.com. He's phenomenal. He is actually linked, I've been told, to a lot of the work that I've been doing in Italy, Ireland, Alaska, and Iceland, setting up portals. What he's doing is also in conjunction with some of the portals and stuff that I've been doing too. So that's why I usually try to keep dibs on where he's at and what he's got going on as well. He's a phenomenal teacher. So anyway, all right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed class, and I hope that you enjoyed our little meditation. And like I said, if you want to do it more often in order to help Mother Earth, because she will also help you back, you can go on my YouTube, and maybe I can put the link in this video so that you guys can find it easier. Okay, love you bunches. Bye. Oh, this is the last one for this month, and then we'll do the next 3 will be in February. So we don't have 2 the end of January. I only did 3 a month. So just to give you a break. Okay, bye.